Hello and welcome back to Season 3 of the Nama Bengaluru League 11s. This match is between Stallions FC and Strides FC. Getting right into the thick of the action right here. Solid shot there by Stallions. Pass the line, that'll be a throw-in. As we go over the reputations of both teams' analytics, Stride Sports, they're a new team with high energy, but they press hard and attack quickly. Not so new anymore, as the season is getting right in the thick of things. Stallions FC, they're a flair team. They're skillful and very creative in tight spaces. Give them a chance and they'll make a lot of things happen. Throw in. Good save there, very close save. No shot on target just yet. What a save that was. Oh, the Stride Sports. Going long, going strong. After commanding victory last week over Bharat Bengaluru, Strides are definitely looking forward to replicating that performance here tonight. The Stallions are looking for redemption after their game last time. Both teams are quite equally matched in many respects. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds and all plays out in the end. Up in the air. Long pass. Over the Stallions. Stallions got excellent pace. Ball goes up. Whistle blows. Ref says it's not allowed. That'll be a free kick. Stride Sports. Throw in. Dash for the ball. Up in the air. Near miss there. That'll be a throw in. Throw in. Scramble for the ball. Over to Stride Sports. Looking to start things off strong. They've made several gambits so far. They look to be quite unstoppable in their momentum. Already established some early possession. Captured quite some turf. Right here in the mid-center. They're looking to just make some passes back and forth. Find the footing. They carry forward the momentum into a goal. Players down. See the sportsmanship there on display. As one player extends his hand to the other. Both teams, of course, started off with a 4-3-3 formation. It'll be interesting to see that does come into play. Ball darts into the treetops. That'll be another throw-in. Stallions, of course, they got some fantastic players on their squad. Jaden, Ved, Arnav, Jai, Benny. Of course, you have some of them are starters. Arnav, Kanik, Sunil, goalkeeper. Strides, you got Vansh, Barry, Praveen, Yogesh, Rohan, Dilshad, Akshay, Dinkesh, Johan, Vikupu, of course. He's made a mark for himself and for his team. Over to Stallions with a mad dash for the ball. They roll to pass it. Goes over to Stride Sports. Backed it in and a beautiful save by the goalkeeper. Literally came inches away from being a goal. What a save. What a save and what a keeper. Strides, looking to pick up the ball. We got possession. Just finding the right pass. Find it quite difficult. They found it ever so briefly until it was snatched away from them by Stallions. Stallions making a burst. Forward momentum was stalled by Stride Sports in the defense. Pick up once more by Stallions. Strike Sports have it now. Long pass. Very efficient. Looking to cut in here with the defense. Find that gap. Not able to pass just yet. And that looked to be a foul there. Free kick for Strike Sports. Could be very crucial for them if they can land it precisely, but it goes right into the arms of the goalie. Stallions are definitely breathing a sigh of relief. Temminson and score still stands at 0-0. Things could change very quickly as the night is still young and the game is just getting started. Over the goalie. Damn it, a tackle there. Quite brave. Picked up by Stallions. Past the line. Throw in. Play it down. As crisp, night's cool, and you can stay chill too with our sponsor, Calvary Hospital. Goal kick. Excellent control there on the ball. They know exactly where they're going to place it and where it's going to land. Strike Sports with some back and forth passes, touch and go. They've not quite made their mark just yet. They're on track to do so with that level of play. Good save by the defense, Stallions. That will translate into a corner kick. Sorry, free throw in this case. Tangle of players. Close goal. Ref urges players separate. It's going to be a free kick. Goal kick. Play it down. They took quite the hit there. Might have been a foul. Looking to get him a card over here, but it's unsure if he will receive it or not. Ref will most likely rule that it wasn't intentional. Even so, that'll be a free kick. Opportunity for Stallions to capitalize after they lost a lot of their possession early on. Stride Sports. This could be their big break. They're able to execute it. Good header. Fended off. The throng of players all reaching for the ball. Stallions was able to get the best of it. They sent it back, knowing there was no real attempt there to be made. Not with that formidable defense. But they're veering back to go for it again here. Good save. Excellent goalkeeping and defending on play. You can see that Stride Sports are very much locked in. Not going to let any opportunity slide past them. Some players to watch out for are Dilshad, Boitang from Strides FC, and Kanik and Awais from Stallions. Definitely do give them a shout out and show them your love and support in the comments down below. Throw in. Attempt was made at the kick there. Deflected by the defense. Stallions with the ball. They're aiming for it. It darts past the line. Look to establish it as their ball, but that will in fact be a goal kick. Even so, you can see that things have shifted ever so slightly. Stallions are now the attackers. They took some time to find their footing. But now that they're in the thick of things, can definitely not let them slide. You could say that Stallions are in fact in their stride right now. Stride Sports themselves were on the defense. Attempt was made, coming very close here. Danger zone, and fended off in the nick of time. That ball was very much on target, but they were not just able to get it past. Came very close, nonetheless. Throw in. Excellent save there. Over to Strides. A few touch passes over here. Throw in. Free kick. Both goalies are definitely getting into the action. A good strike there, but it surges past the goal. Goal kick. Stallions doubling back here. Sending back to the goalkeeper. Don't leave any room for error. Goes from one goalkeeper to the other, spanning the full length of the pitch. Over to the defense. Stride Sports. Looking to avoid any errors or blunders in this case. They're so dangerously close. A lot of power and attacking prowess on the wings. Stride Sports with a pickup. Can they translate it into something? You can see the operatic level of play as the team coordinates and consolidates over here. Long pass. Fended off by the defense. And player jersey number 25, he's taken a lot of stabs at it. Hasn't been able to get through just yet. Both teams are very much at an impasse. Can't be said there hasn't been action. There's been a lot of it so far. High level play. Truly back and forth. Yo-yoing from one side to the other. Stallions. Player down. If you like how this game is being crafted so far, do check out one of our sponsors, Wisecraft, keeping you wise. Goal kick. Must be the third so far in this first half. In terms of actual goals scored, both teams are still very much attempting to establish it, trying to find their way past the other team's defenses. See a bit of argument here. Yellow card has been delivered. First of the match. The ref is definitely at a boiling point over there. Can build for some time. He simply couldn't allow it to slide. Yellow card was handed out to Nakul from Stallions FC. That is jersey number 9. Correction there. The yellow card. Another yellow card was actually handed out, one from Strides and one from Stallions. Second was handed out to Praveen Amit, Strides FC. It's quite rare, actually, 2 yellow cards consecutively. This goes to show how the match is beginning to get heated up as things begin to develop. Neither team has been able to score so far, but they're going for it here. And it goes right to the goalkeeper. Now the attempt foiled. Well, that was quite smooth. They can find their footing. They can strike it in. Good pass. Holding on to it. And it lands right into the arms of the goalkeeper yet again. Another near miss. So far, even as the first half is beginning to taper off, it's still anyone's game. Either squad could come out on top. But things could change right in a split second. Stride Sports are going for it here. Foiled ever so briefly by the defense. Trying to get that ball in control. Ref's going to make a call here. You hear the sound of firecrackers for this crackling game. Not necessarily for this game per se, but it's good to think so. Free kick. Beautiful save there by the goalkeeper. He was going to leave no room for error there. Better to be safe than sorry. Stride Sports picking up the ball after a chase. Nice sweep there by Stallions. Shame it didn't go anywhere. Stride Sports are going for it. Throwing. Another attempt was foiled by Stallions. A little bit of extra time to end things in the first half. As of now, the score is unchanged. The second half will be the ultimate test for both teams. Free kick. Keeping things within the line. You can see that. And the halftime whistle blows. It's been quite the aggressive but exciting first half so far. Both teams are trying to establish their position. As of now, the score remains unchanged. Stallions, 0. Stride Sports, also 0. And as we go over the analytics, you can see that reflected as well. You can see Strides FC, they had 2 shots on target. Stallions FC left a little bit to be desired since they didn't have a single shot on target so far. Strides FC with 2 shots off target. Stallions FC with 2 shots off target. 2 saves to Strides FC and 3 saves to Stallions FC. Definitely one aspect of Stallions FC that was on full force here tonight was their saving, especially by their goalkeeper, and 1 card awarded for both. Quite a record, in fact. 2 yellow cards delivered at the same time. We will see you right after a short break. Do stay tuned. Second half is going to be quite exciting and will be the deciding factor in this match. And a short word thanking our fantastic sponsors, Keeping Cool and Keeping Chill with Carvery Hospital. Metal limits don't exist, and they certainly don't have to exist for you. www.prakrita.co.in. Do check them out. What a vortex of a first half it was, indeed, powered by Vortex Media Management. Crafting fantastic games with Wisecraft. Building strong foundations with Capella Builders. Both teams are in it to win it, and it's with Isuki. And last but certainly not least, for all those players out there, Play Nation. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break. Hello and welcome back to the second half of this thrilling, close-fought match between Stallions FC and Stride Sports FC. We last left you off both teams 1-0. Neither have scored so far. Second half could very well change things right on the head. Everything could change heading into the second half. Do stay tuned. Gearing up for it. Waiting for that kickoff to begin. The refs are just getting squared up. Everyone is very excited, anticipating beginning of the kickoff. Whistle blows, that should be it. Calvary Hospital style kickoff here. Everything's cool, touch and go. Back and forth touches here. Pick up by Stride Sports. Stride Sports in control with a long pass. Headed off by Stallions. Past the line, and that'll be a throw in. If you're liking this momentum and energy that is carried forward in the second half already, very early on, a few seconds in, neither team looks to be winding down anytime soon. Of course, that's reflecting their names. You got Stallions, you got Stride. With names like that, how can you not expect them to be fully energized, going full steam ahead? Looking at pass here. Pass was attempted, it was deflected. Going for it, and it surges past. Goal kick. Over Stallions. Stallions going wide. Good save. That'll be a corner kick though for Stride Sports. Crucial opportunity they can capitalize on. Good save by the goalie. They're not out of the woods yet, even as the ball surges into the treetops. And that ball was going so fast, might have been trying to find the actual woods. Goal kick. Pass the line. Throwing. Deja Vu will back again with another throw in. Once more from Stride Sports. Stride Sports keeping their pace, holding on to it. Being attacked on all sides, even as they're on the attack. Captured by the defense. Should we say recaptured? And now Stallions have got the better of it. Recapture possession and the ball in the bargain. Very efficient, clean pass. Stride Sports are unrelenting, however. Keep trying to go for the ball. Stallions have it. Good sweep and save by the goalkeeper. Over to the goalie from the other side. Both of them are in fine form here tonight. Throw in. So far, Stride Sports, they've been stalling Stallions at every turn. All throughout the first, but also carrying forward into the second half. Up in the air. Strides with the ball. They've got the possession, they've got the passes. Can they punch that ball in? Right square where it has to. Goal kick. Over Strides. Strides got the ball and a well-timed, well-placed save. Stallions. The game is unfolding at a dazzling, razzling phase. Over to the goalkeeper. So far, the score is unchanged, but that could be part of the mistake. Both teams are looking to wear down the other, find the gaps and the opportunities. We can't wait too long, however. If not, the game will run away from them and will end in a draw. Over Stallions. Picked up by Strides ever so slightly. Over the line. Throw in. Stamina on display from Strides and Stallions is truly stupendous. Even so, it's turning out to be quite the grueling chase of a game. Both teams are chasing that elusive goal. Player down. It's back right up. Good to see it. Free kick. Taken by the goalkeeper. Over Stallions. Back and forth in the defense. Full send back to the goalkeeper. Smart move. See a lot of these passes are not actually passes per se, but they're actually feints. Try and distract Strive Sports, prevent them from achieving their target. Wonderful shot goes up in the air there by the player. He made quite the noble attempt. The ball just got away from him. There were no passes in any sight. Goal kick. Game is going to come down to time in which team is able to tuck that goal in to the post, into the net. Throw in. Yellow card was awarded to a player from Strides. It is Vansh Balal, goalkeeper. Over the line. Goal kick. Back again to the keeper. Goes wide. Bounced off a player's head. Pick up by Stallions. Stallions maintaining their control of the ball. And a good run there for a moment, but then they lost it. Doesn't matter. Stallions will gallop once more. Over to the keeper. Right into his arms as it were. Stallions attempting to pass it where they're not expecting Strides to pick it up. They seem to be quite struggling mightily to find a way past Strides over here. See, in terms of possession, it's hard to really establish which team is on top. The game is quite electric, but also quite elastic. It's moving back and forth. Stallions with the ball. They've got a layup here. Beautiful, solid shot into the arms of the keeper. Once more, the game is at an impasse. Let's see how they're able to pass this over here. Able to make the pass long. Will be short-lived. An attempt from Strides. It darts into the side of the goal. Bounces into the net, but not a goal. Definitely not what Strides Sports were looking for there. Stallions have the ball now. They're going to take a crack at it. See if they can scale that wall of improbability that is that very solid, very well assembled Strides Sports defense. It's a well built up core over here. Action picks up yet again. Long pass. Might be too long. They're just able to save it. Defensive dribbling. Picked up by the defense in this case. Stallions are able to fend off the attack. Hold on for a little bit while longer. The new team is able to break even 50 minutes in, halfway through the second half. Just about. The score still stands unchanged. Strides Sports FC 0. Stallions FC also 0. 0-0. As the league continues to unfold, teams are going to be looking to avoid draws as much as possible. So important to get their scores settled. We've seen some fantastic rivalries, some great teamwork on display, camaraderie, sportsmanship, but of course strategy and some solid, fierce football on display. It's the reason we call it the beautiful game. Over to the keeper. There's something of an even keel match between both teams. Stallions and Strides. They're teams that come from very similar opening gambits when they head into this league. And they seem to be roughly the equal of the other. Goal kick. Nice sweep. "46 minutes in, and it's still either team's game. It would be a shame if all of this effort expended was all for naught. Neither team was able to score. We're looking forward to a weather forecast that predicts goals in the future. It's not too late. Still enough for either team. Players down. Should be back up on his feet soon. Strong foundations have been built all throughout the game. And you can build some strong foundations too with our sponsor, Capella Builders. Over to Stallions. They've got their eye on the prize. Once more foiled by the defense. We were able to send it veering off into the other direction. And that'll be an opportunity for Stallions to recapture some ground. Throw in. So close and yet so far for both teams. Every time they're able to make it past the defensive goal, there's always something that stops them, gets in their way. Stride Sports going wide. Going wide with Stride. Over to Stallions. Stallions with a furious pace to try and recapture the ball. There might be an error. They're putting up so much effort and energy to try and capture that ball. Might wear them out. Even as late they are. But they have to go for it. They have no choice. But the game is at a standstill. You've got to break it open by scoring a goal. The close run thing here. The ref steps forward. Gives a warning to the goalkeeper there. Goal kick. Pass the line. Throw in. Just about 10 minutes left. Bit of extra time as well. Game is slowly drawing to a close. And it's still a goalless game. It bounces right past the post. On target, but no goal. Very well executed shot. But it just fell short of what it needed to be. Even so, that'll be a corner kick. Stride Sports. Teeing up for it. Goes wide, a little too wide. Another opportunity that was lost. Perhaps Stallions will get the chance they've been looking for. And now as time continues to trickle on, one team will have to get the better of the other if they are to avoid a draw. Good attempt there. Good tackle off the goalkeeper, but it's picked up by the defense. They're not out of the woods just yet. Over to Stride Sports. Picking up some momentum. Good tackle. A tackle that goes past the line. That'll be a throw-in. Pass it back to the goalie. Throw-in. Up in the air. Over to Stallions. Can they hold on to it? Yes, they can this time. Good pass. Good pass plays. Not quite enough speed to stop Strides from tackling it and recapturing the ball. This game is something of a ballet match. Player doubles over. Yellow card was handed out. Quite a few so far in this game. Players down. We can see the player can continue to play on. Hopefully he can. There will be some substitutions, of course. Changes in strategy. Last few minutes of the game. Remember to stay safe with our sponsor, Calvary Hospital. He rises back onto his feet. Hero. Up in the air. And so is passed in the treetops. That yellow card was awarded to no other than Vikupu for Strides FC. The players have painted a fantastic game on this canvas, but will the game end in a draw after all? Now the yellow card has been awarded. It's got to be a record yellow card in as many seconds. The game is starting to get very, very heated as both squads and teams are lining up to score with what should be the first time in the game. The yellow card was awarded to Abhishek M for Strides FC. Strides are really picking up quite a few of these yellow cards. Over to Stallions. Now or never. It's got to be one team that scores or will end in a very disappointing draw for both teams. Neither team wants that. All the more reason for them to fight on to the very last second. Every second counts here. The whistle blows and what could have been a fantastic attempt was denied. Stride Sports. The goalie, goal kick. Case of Stallions, this is quite reminiscent of their last game that they were playing. So strides, unfortunately for them, they've lost some of their stride in this match. A lot of the momentum was sapped away by the inability to score a goal. And best Stallions stride sports and vice versa. That'll be another yellow card, in fact, for Stallions FC Arnav. Good save. A goal at this point would in fact seal the deal for either team. It would be too late for the opposing team to really make a difference at that point. But so far, odds are it's going to be a goalless game. Strides, they're going for it. It's now or never. This could be their big break. And fed it off by the defense. They couldn't get past it. That wall was too strong. It took the shot and it bounces past the goal. Hits the post. There will be a corner kick for Stride Sports, and they will try and make it count. Even as time ticks on ever so closely. Going for the ball. Stride's just trying to find a way past that defense. Unable to do so at the moment. And as they pass it, it goes right the arms of the goalkeeper. Over to the other side. Can Stallions make a go for it? Can they make a play that will save the game for them? They're going for it. They've got the momentum. They've got the energy. I like where this is going. They're not really able to pass it. There's a bit of a delay there. Players down. Another yellow card. There have been so many cards so far. If cards count for anything, both teams would be winning, but it's goals that matter at this point. Yellow card was awarded to Mohammed Dilshad for Strides FC. Free kick. It is truly now or never for Stallions at this point, and for Strides to hold them off. Sort of like finding a needle in a haystack to try and score at this point. If Stallions are able to pull it off, though, it would be quite the finish, quite the legendary finish for them. That's a question, isn't it? Burning question. Will they go for a direct or will they attempt to make a pass? This will be Stallions' last run for a goal. They went for a direct. It darts right past the goal, and with that, the full-time whistle blows, and the score stands at Stallions nil, Stride Sports also nil. That was quite a hard-fought game for both teams, but it seems that both teams were very much equalized in the end. That's how it started, and that's how it ended as well. And that is very much reflected in the analytics as we see here. Strides FC with 5 shots on target. Stallions FC quite considerably down with just 1. That is to be expected, however. Strides FC 4 shots off target. Stallions with just 2. 3 saves for Strides FC. 8 saves for Stallions FC. That's very much where their strength lies in the defensive play. Strides FC got 5 cards. You've got to avoid that in the future. Stallions just 2. We do look forward to seeing you for future matches to come. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned. We'll be right back with some thrilling matches, not just now, but in the future as well.